you want correspondence, make sure that you still have something. So we've got a sort of a specialized list of people that are more actively engaged.
Mike, if I can interject in there for comment and so forth. The Golden Valley group here have made arrangements and gotten a videotaper. I have personally volunteered to purchase and supply the DVDs or CDs so we can print those out. If you will take one of the forms that we have back there and leave your name and address on it and or a telephone number and that you would like a copy of it, we will see, correct? We will see that you get a copy of the meeting. We have a lot of people who could not attend the meeting tonight that want these same questions answered. They are interested. So if you'll do that, we'll see that you get it. This is what he's doing here now, recording everything so that it can be disseminated and studied closer.
Any other questions?
Around the lines, under the lines, and the health implication of that. I looked at the chart over here, and it's showing that it's less than a microwave. Am I reading that correctly? So I guess my question is, I think it was in California, but I'm not sure. I've been in Kentucky. There was a gentleman who was getting all his electricity from that electrical field. Okay, and was charged with fraud, I believe, because he was trespassing because he was under the lines. So how is that possible?
How about I put a box there for Ed to talk about electrical fields and let that just sort of be a soup to nuts box so we can talk about what they are, talk about this induction that has been talked about in the past, meaning what kind of electricity comes off the line, those kinds of things. So he can cover all of that. Yes, ma'am.
What types of materials will the mine be producing, and how many jobs will the mine be producing? It's been closed down for a long time.
About what's the expected timeline for using this power? How long does the mine expect to need that power?
And let me follow up with a question. Are you asking how long? What's the life expectancy of a line, or how long will the mine use this?
How long will the mine use it? How long will it need it?
Okay.
Will the price of metal go down?
Until China gets the new one.
I'm going to expand that because I'm going to talk about the use of the line overall as it relates to exactly what you pointed out and what else could it be used for if the mine wasn't there. So we can cover both of those, okay? Okay?
Mike, regarding, somebody mentioned that there was an old railroad easement on Bureau Land Management property, and I'd like to see if you could comment on that. Also put it as a question. And any other easements there, because Bureau, as I indicated before, Bureau of Land Management has dealt with power lines for 100 years. It is not a new concept to Bureau of Land Management to have power lines on their land. And for them, I'd like to have him state to us, since this has occurred with Bureau of Land Management, there's power lines over the entire country. This is not a new thing. Nothing here is being done that Bureau of Land Management has not dealt with before, environmentally, paperwork-wise, research-wise. It's all been done before, many, many times, thousands of times. And I'd like to see that line run through the Surbat Mountains where it's not visible. I don't think any of us have been on the peaks of the Surbat Mountains. I might be wrong, but so in terms of recreational, I'm not fighting the recreational part, but I do want to hear a comment from him regarding why he feels like this power line might not be looks like they don't want to run it through there. What problems are there? Because as I've said, you know, we've done this before with Bureau of Land Management. We've done the environmental thing. It's all been done before. So I want to hear the reasons why these proposals, these alternatives, still go smack through the middle of my property when the Cervat Mountains are there, unused, unutilized, and there might be a railroad easement that can be used. So it's a two-part thing. And I'd sure like to hear some comments on that.
Okay, I think we've got part of that question under one of the other ones, which is what makes the BLM land so special? So I'll give part of that answer there.
Well, I wouldn't say so special. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
it's all been done before.
We're gonna get to that. I think it's part of that question. And then I think the other one is what have we examined and why have we examined it? And what else is out there that hasn't been examined so that we can talk about it?
Is the railroad easement there on Bureau of Land Management?
Okay, good.
Can you write that down, please?
Yes.
So are we doing comments now or just questions?
Please write down that question I have about the railroad easement.
I think we've already got the railroad easement as one of the line items. Number 4.
I'm trying to find out who she is and who you are.
Was there a study for Mineral Park or Unisource to build a power plant?
The question is was there a study to build a power plant?
Like Griffin or something?
Okay. Over here. Yep.
No, I have a comment, not a question.
Okay.
Oh, so it's okay if I have a comment?
It's fine.
Okay, so I want to talk about health, and I'm looking at some materials here, and just, you know, a lot of things aren't conclusive, but I'm finding some very conclusive evidence. For example, EPA says the threat is real. In a draft report issued in March 1990, the EPA recommended the EMFs be classified as a Class B carcinogen, probable human carcinogen, and joined the ranks of formaldehyde, DDT, dioxins, and PCBs. After the EPA draft report was released, utility, military, and computer lobbyists came down hard on the EPA. The EPA revision did not classify the EMF as Class B carcinogen. Rather, the following explanation was added. At this time, such characterization regarding the link between cancer and exposure to EMF is not appropriate, and so on. But at first, they were linking it as a Class B carcinogen, along with formaldehyde, which is very, very, very toxic and definitely causes cancer. So when they're telling you that this is safe, you know, I would encourage you to study other reports that are difficult to find, but I do have some information. You know, the reason it's difficult to find is because there are plenty of lobbyists still, including this company, who want you to think it's safe, and it's not.
Well, let's allow Ed also to talk about that report and some of the other things too, so that people can they can understand, put that in context. And I suspect you may be familiar with that report, so maybe you could talk about that as well.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
how come BLM land can't be used? Is it more important than private land?
We've got a couple of questions that I think cover that. We talked about citing criteria for private versus public in terms of its ranking. We've also got the BLM talking about what is the sensitivity of some of their areas. And so we're going to be able to, I think, capture that in a couple of ways. Yes?